Afternoon. Hope you're all well. I'm going to get started pretty quick today, okay? So just let the notification go out to everyone so that we are ready to rock and roll. And then we'll get going with some postnatal fitness, okay? Sort the music out so it's not too loud. So it's threatening to rain here, which is why I've come inside today. Otherwise I would be outside, but that threat of rain isn't great. So hopefully you guys can get outside. It's nice enough where you are. Just got a bit of a threat of rain here, so inside for today. Hope you're all well and dealing with lockdown as best you can if you've got kids going back to school or anything like that. Let me know if you're on, obviously 6 month plus today. Just get the right programme up for you all. We are going to be doing 6 exercises, 3 times, 45 seconds an exercise, okay? So a little bit longer, they're a little bit tougher, but again, every bit of focus is on that engaging that core, our balance, and making sure our strength is there, okay? So just building it up bit by bit as we do every single week. 1st of July, hey, already. So today's workout, we're doing a mix of forward and reverse. Hi Jess, hi Theo. We're doing a mix of forward and reverse lunges. We are doing squats on toes with some arm raises. We're doing a modified burpee, so we're going to be doing some toe reaches, in some tiptoes and reaches instead of jumps. And we're going to be doing a deadlift and a bird dog and some clams, okay? So you need weights and you need a resistant band. That good combo of 2 weights and resistant band. That's what we want for today. As always, please make sure that you are over the 6 months. If you are a little bit early, just make sure that you are ready for this and you have had your GP check. Obviously your GP check is normally around the 6-week mark, but everything is so different at the moment. Lots and lots of changes. But please make sure that you are fit and healthy, and as always, if you have any questions at all, give me a shout, or you can check the Babi Actif Facebook page. I don't know why it keeps going dark, sorry. Babi Actif Facebook page for some FAQs about if this session is for you, okay? Brilliant, right, we are going to get started straight away, I think. What time are we on? 5 past. Yes, we're going to get started straight away today. So, nice mix of cardio and full body weight and core, all in 6 exercises, okay? Are we ready to go? So, march on the spot, as always, nice march on the spot. Getting those knees up, that nice march on the spot. Hopefully the camera will stop flashing around as much. So, getting those knees up, making sure you're nice and warm for this workout. 20 seconds to go on this one. So get those knees up a little bit higher, and if you can get your elbow to knee, even better. Hopefully you've got a little bit of peace. Either baby's napping or running riot, but you can do a little bit of this for yourself, okay? That's what's important today. And 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Okay, we're going into light squats. So down, back up. Keep going with those for me. I'm just going to move a light around. So keep going. Hopefully give me a bit better light. Lovely, with those light squats. Keep going. That's it. Exhale as you're coming up. Brilliant. Okay, we're going into light lunges now, so step back into the lunge. That's it. Make sure you're nice and balanced. Use your core. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Swap legs. That's it. Keep going. Keep going with these. I can definitely feel these this morning. morning, this afternoon, sorry. Keep going, keep going. 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. Okay, we're going wrist rotations. Nice wrist rotations one way and the other. Excuse me. As always, make sure you've got water to hand. Okay, we're going to go into some glute activation. So today we're going to go down onto the mat. And I want some donkey kicks and fire hydrants, okay? So we're going to do 5 on each side. 1, foot flat. 2, 3, 4, 5. Swap legs. Remember, keeping those hips aligned. 3, 4, 5. Okay, fire hydrants out to the side. Nice step between your knees. Lift. Make sure you're not rocking over. Go as high as you can. 3, 4, 5, and swap legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. We're going to add toe taps to this as well today. So I want nice straight leg onto those toes and lift straight up again. Keep those hips nice and neutral. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swap legs. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Brilliant. Okay, that's glute activation done. We're just going to come up, we'll do a little bit of stretching. So I want you to step back into a calf stretch. Push down on that back heel, keeping your upper body nice and straight. Just that nice stretch down. Now we're going to stretch up as well at the same time. So do up high. And then release and swap legs. And again, we're going to reach up high, link those hands together, straight up, pushing down into that back heel. Lovely, and release. Okay, quick hamstring stretch. Heel down, toes up. Push that bum back. Nice straight leg of the one you're stretching. And back we go. Holding it there. Lovely. And swap. Nice deep hamstring stretch. Really pushing down onto that leg. Excellent. Okay, so quick upper body. We're going forwards. Forwards so my camera stops with the flashing around. And then we're going to go backwards. Hands by your bottom. Lifting up. Okay. Lovely. Okay, just give those shoulders a little bit of a roll. Not quite sure why it keeps doing that today. Hopefully it's still clear enough for you guys. Okay, we're going to get going with the main workout. So, first exercise. We are going into alternate. We're going forward lunges for alternates, and then we're going into reverse lunges, alternates. So we can do 20, just over 20 seconds on each. So I'm just going to demo quickly. Most of you know what a lunge is by now. We're going to go into a forward lunge first. Step forwards and come back. Alternate sides, and then after we've done that one, go to the front of your mat and you're going to go backwards. You're going to go backwards into lunge and forwards. Backwards and forwards, okay? So doing both of those for the first exercise. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Alternate forward lunges. Make sure that front knee isn't going over your toes, okay? Down we go. Exhale as you come back up. Pushing all the way back up with these front lunges. 5. We're going to swap. Lovely. Okay, go to the front of your mat and you're going backwards now. So into that backward lunge. Controlled. Pushing forwards on that front leg. That stabiliser leg. Make sure your knees are going over your toes again. Exhale as you're coming up. 5. Keep going. Well done. Okay, we're now doing a squat up onto our toes with a reach, okay? So we're going to squat down, hands up on your toes, squat, back up, stay on those toes, back up, okay? Off we go, hands up high, on your tiptoes, Squat down and up. Down and up. Pushing those knees out. Keep going. If you need to drop down onto your heels, please do. Hands up to keep that, add that extra instability. On those tiptoes. 20 seconds. That's it, come on. Nearly halfway through the first round now. Let's keep going. 7. All the way with this one, it's a hard one to stay on your toes. 2, 1, brilliant. Okay, modified burpee. So, I'm going to just demo that, ignore my timer. We're going to go down, step, step, and if you feel like you want to add a jump at this point, please do, then on tiptoes and reach up, okay? Otherwise, you're stepping back, stepping forwards. I will demo all options, okay? 3, 2, 1, off we go. Down onto your hands, step, 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 up onto tiptoes. If you want to add a jump at any point there, that is completely up to you, okay? I'm going to do the modified version for demoing. Reaching up on those tiptoes. Come up flat-footed and then up to tiptoes, okay? So it's simulating that jump. All the way up. That's it, come on, keep going, 8 more seconds. Brilliant, well done, that one got me warm. Okay, we're doing a deadlift now, so it's going to be with 1 or 2 weights, completely up to you. Just grab my weights. Now, what's important with a deadlift, ignore my timer, is that we have a flat back, okay? So we're doing it with dumbbells, which means there's a lot more, slightly more instability than there would be normally. But you want your back to be nice and flat, you want your knees to have a soft bend in them, and you want to push back, okay? So, inhale down, roll those weights down your legs, flat back, looking forwards, and as soon as you feel it kick into your hamstrings, exhale back up. Okay, so inhale down. Everyone ready? 3, 2, 1, off we go. Nice, strong deadlifts for me. Flat back is the key with this one, okay? It's not about bending down like this, we don't want those. Soft knees, back up. Weights, if you're using 2 weights, then put them together for me. Down nice and steady, listen to that body, listen to those hamstrings. You want to be feeling it in your bum, okay? It is a lower body exercise, this one. 12 seconds. Keep going. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Okay, we're down on the mat now. Make sure you've got your resistant band to hand, because you're going to need it while we're down on the mat. Not for this exercise. So we're doing a bird dog. Now, in the 0 to 6 class, we do separate this into arm raises and into leg raises. So we separate it out. In this class, we're going to do it full, okay? If you find the full too much, then please just either do the arm raises or the leg raise part of the exercise, rather than combining it together. And by too much, what I mean is either too much pressure on your core or you are wobbling. Okay, so your hips rotating side to side is a really clear indication that your core is not able to sustain that amount of instability at this stage. Okay, let's go for it. Opposite arm, opposite leg. So on all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and extend. Back together. If you can do the tap, please do, hand to knee. Lovely. Exhale as you extend. Hold. And exhale. Bring it back, okay? Remember that active breath. Make sure there's a gap between your knees. Keep going, come on, keep going. 5, 4, 3, we're doing clams now, so I want you on the mat on your side with the resistant band on above your knees. Oh, just a few seconds. Gotta be quick. Okay, feet touching. We're going to be lifting just from our knees. So nice kink in our legs, and up and down. And the aim here is to be opening those knees, but not rotating that hip. Okay, you want that hip to stay still. Elbow under shoulder. Keep going, keep going. Depending on the strength of your resistant band, this is quite tough. If you don't have a resistant band, please don't worry, you can still do this exercise, okay? You may just find that your knee goes slightly higher, so just make sure it's not going too high that you're rotating backwards, okay? You're going to keep those hips really still. 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Okay, you've got a 1 minute rest. So take the band off, get a drink. Any questions, let me know, and we'll get going again. Okay, so hopefully you'll be finding those workouts okay, all those exercises, and they should be suiting you at your level. If not, let me know and I can give you alternatives, okay? Make sure you're drinking that water. I'm on an aim at the moment to drink 5 of these a day. Yesterday I hit 4, that's not too bad. So today I'm currently on target-ish. You wouldn't believe, hey, as a child, how hard it is to drink water as an adult. As a child, you drink. As an adult, always a difficulty to get water down adults for some reason. Right, we're going in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Off we go. So we'll start with forward lunges this time. Okay, so forward, let's go. Down and back. Down, exhale as you're coming back up. Make sure your torso is nice and straight. And that front leg, that front knee is not going over your toes, okay? It may look funny on the camera because I'm stepping towards the camera. Keep going, that's it. Okay, now we're going into reverse lunges. So step back into the lunge. And again, remember it's the same thing. Make sure that knee isn't going over your toes. Exhale as you're coming up. That's it, come on, keep going, 2 and 1, brilliant. Okay, we're doing squats on our tiptoes with our hands raised. So I'll go this way this time. See if the camera will stop flashing light and dark. We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So a good wide stance, hands up on those tiptoes, get your balance, down we go. Back up, exhale as you're coming back up. Control. And as always, if this is too much, please drop those heels down. You don't want to be losing your form just because it's the exercise, okay? You want to drop the heel down if it's too much. Keep looking up. That's it, come on, keep going. That's it, well done everyone. Lovely. Okay, we're doing a modified burpee. So you're stepping it back, and as you come up, you're going onto your tiptoes and reaching instead of jumping. If at any point in this one you feel that you are ready to add the jumps in, either at the step back, the step forwards or the up, please do. Right, let's go. I'm going to show you that modified version. Keep going. Even modified, this gets me out of breath. Okay, you need to really engage that core. Exhale as you're moving, stepping it back, stepping it forwards. Add in the jumps if you feel that at this point here, you can add the jump. Do, okay? But make sure as you're coming up, you're lifting up on your toes, unless you feel ready to be jumping. That's it, 10 more seconds, one more. Okay, well done. We are going into a deadlift, so grab those 2 weights for me. Remember, key point with this deadlift, flat back. So all the way at the flat back with this one. So a nice shoulder width stance, Push that bum back, slight bending those knees. Exhale as you go down. Sorry, inhale as you go down. That's my point. Exhale back up. Down we go. In, drawing that core in, okay? So we're working those glutes, we're working those hamstrings, we're working those quads. We're working that core, as always, okay? That's the key with this. Nice flat back. Look forward slightly. As soon as you drop your head, that's when your back, your spine will start curving, okay? You don't want that with this exercise. You just won't get the benefit from it and it'll hurt your back. Brilliant, well done. Okay, we're going to do bird dog. So, get yourself ready, down on the mat, and again, I want you to be exhaling on the movements. Make sure your band is nearby because we're going to go into those clams straight after. Are you ready? Off we go. Extend, and back down. Tap if you can. That's it. Keep going. Brilliant, come on. Keep going with this one, okay? You really need to be exhaling, drawing that core in. Remember that deep core that we talk about, that low point. We're going to be drawing in from there rather than our abdominals, our rectus abdominals. We want those, they're the big players, okay? You don't want those dominating with this type of exercise. 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Okay, clams, grab your band. Make sure you go on to the opposite side. We're going feet together, bent knees, elbow under shoulder. Hopefully you can see me. And off we go. Lifting that knee up. Make sure that hip isn't rotating and that your feet are staying on top of each other. That's it. Come on, keep going. Keep going. Brilliant. I'm feeling this in my glutes today. Just make sure those hips are not rotating. Even if you've not got a resistant band on, okay? Without a resistant band, it's really easy for those hips to rotate. You want to keep them still. Keep those feet on top of each other. 8 seconds. Nearly there. Rest of your body staying still. Excellent. Okay, 1 minute rest and we're right back to the start again. Last round. I can get that off. Grab a drink, because it is very humid today, okay? You're going to lose a lot of fluid if you're not drinking. Lots of water on board. Any questions, please ask, please ask. Afterwards, we're going to be chatting about postnatal core. I did chat about it on Monday as well, and it is the same as what we talked about on Monday, but we will just be going into the detail of what it is. Hopefully I won't get interrupted with my phone on this one as well, which will be quite helpful. And we're just going to go into a chat about and give you 5 different exercises of other things that we do that we don't necessarily do in this class that are still really good for 6 months plus to be using as a core stability workout, okay? To make sure that everything is firing properly rather than just using the big muscles. Right, let's go. Forward lunges, straight into it. Alternate. Back up. Back up. That's it, come on. Keep going with those forward lunges. Keeping that balance. Making sure you're not walking a tightrope, okay? You want to be having a bit of a gap. We don't normally include these that much because of a bit more strain on your knees, which is why we include reverse lunges. Off we go. Keep going, okay? Keep going. Nice and smooth. Well done, everyone. This is a nice full body session today. Hopefully be aching tomorrow afterwards. Keep going. Keep going. 2 and 1. Brilliant. Okay, we're doing squats. Arms up on tiptoes. So real stability squat exercise. Arms up nice and high. I want those feet a little bit wider, okay? So we're going into quite a sumo squat. Off we go. Pushing those knees out. Arms up. Tiptoes. Off we go. Down. Exhale back up. Make sure you're not leaning too far forwards into it. That's it. The heels only have to be off slightly. And again, if it is too much, please drop those heels. Go on, keep going with this one. It takes a lot of concentration. Keep going. Aye, aye, aye. Brilliant. Okay, that's those done. Modified burpees. Let's get that heart rate up this time, okay? Want that heart rate right up for these ones, these nice modified burpees. You're going to step it, and it's up to you whether you're adding the jumps at different points. Listen to your pelvic floor, listen to your joints. Off we go. So I'm going to step it out and show you the modified. Stand up. As if you're doing the jump, those feet don't leave the floor. That's it. Come on, keep going with this one. Exhale as you're coming up. Don't forget that. Draw that core in as you're stepping back. Watch you don't get overbalanced with that one at the top. Takes a lot more coordination to slow it down than it does to do full. A lot more brain power. One more. Brilliant, well done. Okay, we are now onto that deadlift. So grab those weights. And remember what I said about this one, flat back, okay? Whatever is precious to you that you don't want to spill, it's on your back, okay? You don't want to let that glass of whatever fall off your back, okay? Are you ready? I'm going to start to time you again. Roll those weights down your legs. Off we go. Nice and wide stance, shoulder width. Inhale down. Exhale back up. Okay, squeezing those glutes at the top, making sure you don't fully lock out those legs. Slight bend in those knees. Keep going. When you feel it kick into those hamstrings, it's time to come up, okay? Keep those shoulders back. 12 seconds. Exhale, draw that core in. Don't let your back take over. That's it. Come on, keep going. And we are done. Okay, bird dog, down on the floor. And again, remember, if the full bird dog is too much, then go for the arm raises or the legs, okay? Split the exercise up. And by too much, I mean if you are rotating at all in your pelvis. Gap between your knees, and off we go. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Don't forget that exhale. That's it, keep going with these. Again, another exercise that takes quite a lot of brain power. Make sure you're not overextending those legs. Nice straight line, nice flat back. Keep going, keep going. Brilliant. Okay, grab that resistant band. We are going half and half. 20 seconds on one side, 20 seconds on the other for clams. So get yourself ready. You guys can obviously just flip over. I will just spin on the mat. Feet together. Nice bent knees, elbow under shoulder, off we go. Lifting up, make sure those hips are not rotating. Really, if you've got a resistant band, you want to be really pushing that band away now, okay? And if you don't have one, please don't worry. Don't go off buying one, you don't need one. You can still work hard without one, okay? As long as you're keeping those feet together and you are lifting that knee up. Squeezing that glute, making that glute really work. And swap sides. Straight into it on the other side. In 3, 2, 1. Off we go. That's it. Come on, keep going with this one. This is your last exercise. 20 seconds. Nearly there. Well done. Okay, bands off. We'll get into our stretching. And I will turn the music to more relaxed music rather than this. Okay. So some nice deep breaths. Grab some water. Well done. That was a nice session. Not too much cardio at all, but a really good strength session to make sure that you are just working that whole upper body, whole lower body. Okay, chilled vibes. That will be perfect for this. Lovely. Right, we are going into child's pose now. So, knees open. So well done on that workout. If you have just joined, you want to catch up, be finishing in about half an hour and you'll be able to catch it up, then it'll be uploaded straight away. We are going to be chatting about postnatal core after our stretching. So nice wide knees, walk yourself forwards, lower yourself down, just let your body relax. Deep breath into your ribs, relax your tummy, let your pelvic floor go. We don't let it go enough, our pelvic floor, so in child's pose it's a perfect one to let go, okay? Holding it there. Okay, lovely. I want you to come up. We are going to just do a quick hip stretch. So lean into it. Make sure that front knee isn't going over your toes as always. Opening up that pelvis. Especially that glute work we've just done. We're going to do a bit of glute stretching as well. Holding that stretch there. And swap over. Make sure you aren't pushing back or leaning too far forwards. We don't want this upper body to collapse into it. We want to stay nice and straight. Make sure your knees aren't going over toes. Holding it there. Not overstraining. Lovely. Then come to seated for me. We're going to go feet together. Hold on to those toes if you can. If you can't, hold higher up. And we're going to just let those knees drop down, okay? Stretching out those inner thighs. I'm going to put one leg forwards. Reach down to your toes. And if you can't, use your resistant band. Really useful, or a tea towel, if you have a tea towel, okay? Just holding that there. And swap over. Reaching down to your toes. Other leg. We'll do a nice glute stretch after this one. Okay, so leave that leg where it is. Cross this leg over the top. Sideways so you can see a little bit better. Over the top. Pull in with your straight leg arm. Cross your knee, so you are then facing this leg that's bending over. Get your other hand, put it at your lower spine. And look over your shoulder, pulling this leg in as tight as you can. Keeping both glutes on the floor. Holding it there. You should be feeling that in your bone. Always tight glutes. And swap over. Glute stretching is so important and we don't do it enough. Even if you haven't worked the glutes in a session, you have used them. Especially as we activate them at the beginning, you want them to be working, you need them to work. Even going just for walks, you need your glutes to be working. They're massive, they're the biggest muscle you've got and they are stabilisers in your body, okay? They stabilise the pelvis, they help stabilise the spine as well. Brilliant. Okay, release that. We're going to do a little bit of upper body. Although we haven't really done any of her body today. So I want you to reach up high and go over to the side. Back to the middle and over to the other side. Lovely. Back to the middle. We'll go backwards because it's always nice to do a chest opener. Hands against your bottom, shoulders back, lift up and squeeze those shoulder blades together. Open that chest right up, looking high. That's it. And release. Okay, so just roll those shoulders back. roll them forwards. Brilliant. Okay, we are going to go into the postnatal core now. So I'm just going to grab a quick drink. If this will stop beeping at me. You just need to be sat comfortably. You can either do the exercises or you can just watch and then catch up and do them at another point, okay? So these exercises are all about restoring that core gently, okay? So it's not about going in and aiming to do crunches by 3 months. It's nothing about that. We, in the postnatal world, crunches are just not what we do until people are ready. So we are going to be lying on our back for the first one, and we're going to be doing something called a single leg heel tap, okay? So we're going to be exhaling as we inhale as we lift our leg up, and then exhale as you tap the heel down. So, oh shady. All of these exercises today, you want to be doing for about 10 reps on each side if you can, but if you can't, then you want to build up to it. So try and get to 4, try and get to 6, and try and build up. And even if being 6 months plus class, you may think, oh, well, my core's completely restored. My baby was 6 months ago. I can guarantee that doing these exercises will still help you. We're working on our TDA, transverse abdominis. We're working on our deep core, which is a stabiliser. Your obliques and rectus abdominals may be strong and may look like they're strong, but at the minute, none of us can go and get checked for abdominal separation. None of us can go and see a women's health physio to work out what's going on. And abdominal separation is very complicated. It isn't just a gap down the middle, okay? It's not just a gap horizontally running downwards, running vertically. It can be smaller at the top, larger at the bottom. It can be larger at the top, smaller at the bottom. It can be all the way down. You can just have little pockets of it. And also, it's not just about the depth, it's about the width of it as well. Sorry, not just about the width, it's about the depth as well. So you have the muscle in between as well, which is your joining muscle in between the abs. And that also will have been affected by your pregnancy. So you need to know how deep the gap is as well as the width of the gap. And that is really important to obviously try and work that out yourself. But if you can't, then please go and see a professional, either your GP or a women's health physio, to work that out, to make sure that you are either doing exercises like this to help, or that you may need further physio, further in-depth help, okay? So obviously everything at the moment isn't open, but they are starting. I know some private clinics are starting to run different things, but all of this is available on the NHS as well, just possibly not quite yet, okay? So just have a look around, speak to your GP, see what's going on, see what their protocol is at the moment. If it is something that is worrying you, if it is something that is affecting your life, then you need to speak to somebody about it. Abdominal separation can be, so diastasis recti, can be functional. People can live their lives with a gap absolutely fine with the right physio, and it can be a functional gap. But you also may be able to close that gap, so you need to go and see someone to be able to help with that, okay? So these are just a few tips if you're finding that your gap is quite small, or that you are 6 months down the line and you're thinking, well, there is still a little bit there, I am still unstable when I'm doing the lunges, which is getting me to do that, I am still unstable. So working on this deep core is what I want you guys to be doing as homework, really, to make sure that you are getting as much from your core as possible to keep you stable, for then you to get as much from your exercises, i.e. your squats, your lunges, anything else we do, because everything is stabilised by your core, okay? Everything is stabilised by that core. So the first one we're going to do is a single leg heel tap. Very, very simple, but very, very effective. So what you would want to do is lie down on the mat. Now, when most people lie down on the mat, they have a gap here, so I can slide my hand underneath my spine here. So what you need to do is tilt that pelvis, push that spine down into the mat, a little bit of a wiggle sometimes. Just make sure that spine is nice and flat into the mat whenever you're doing any of these exercises. Then you lift one leg. So I'm going to start with my left, and I'm going to take my shoes off, because we're going to be doing some slides as well, so you need to make sure you can slide your heels. nice and flat, and then you're going to inhale as you lift that leg. So off we go, inhale, lift it up to a right angle, okay, that's where you want it to be. I always prefer to have hands on core so you can feel exactly what's going on. As you exhale, you're going to just drop your heel back down to where it was, but draw that core in. So off we go. Inhale back up, exhale down. Inhale back up, exhale down. Okay, so what you're looking out for there is that your pelvis isn't rocking from side to side. You try pushing down into the mat will mean that your spine is nice and flat, your pelvis is level, and that you can do the exercise properly and just concentrate on that core. So then you'll go on to the other side, and I'm talking kind of 4 to 10 reps, depending on where you're at or how much you feel this exercise you need, okay? So you inhale up, exhale down. As you can see, it's just my heel that taps, and inhale back up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Lovely. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is a double. Let me just close this door. So it's the same concept, exactly the same. You're flat on your back, your spine is pushed down, and both of these legs, you bring them up one at a time. So you inhale up, okay? So you will feel that it is quite a lot of pressure on your core. You think, oh my gosh, that's a lot of pressure on my core without realising. Push that back down, make sure those legs are at that right angle, and we do one at a time, but leave one leg up. So we're going to march it. So you inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, each one down at a time, okay? Because if you go down like that, you'll feel it in your core, definitely, okay? So that's quite nice, and that's the next step up from those heel taps, is making sure you can do the double with that one. That is intense for anybody, okay? But you want to be really concentrating on it, because it is, and making sure that that pelvis isn't moving around, making sure that back is nice and flat to the mat, making your spine is like running along the mat. So the next one is a leg lift, okay? So we're on our back again. We're going to have one leg bent, one leg straight. And then you're going to have if you find this one a little bit hard with a straight leg, then it is good to have a slight bend in the leg, okay? You don't have to have it fully straight. It's a nice slight bend in the leg to make it a little bit easier. And then you can progress. You've then got that progressive option. You're going to inhale at the high point, and you're going to exhale as you move down. So as you lower and as you lift back up, then inhale at the top. It will all become clear as I do it, okay? So again, you guessed it, spine nice and flat. You're then going to put one leg out straight. You can see, just about to see that leg. Just move back a little bit more. There we go. Okay, so this leg is at a nice bent angle with your foot nice and flat. Hands on your core. And you're going to inhale at this point, and then exhale. Inhale, exhale. Back up, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, if you find that a little bit difficult, put a slight bend in that leg that is moving, and it'll make it a little bit easier. Remember, that's fine. So inhale, exhale. Back up. And again, make sure that pelvis isn't tilting from side to side, and you would do up to 10 on each side. So depending on where you are, you could try 4, or you can move all the way up to 10 or even 12, but make sure you're doing exactly the same amount on each side, okay? You then go on to all fours. So this is just a snapshot of a few exercises that are helpful. I know I've talked about postnatal core previously in other sessions, and there's a lot out there that can be done. So people think core is just sit-ups. It's really not. There's a heck of a lot of stuff. Okay, so we're going to go on to all fours and move forward slightly. So I've got enough room. You want your hands underneath your shoulders. If that is too much, then you can go onto your wrists like we do with other exercises, okay? A nice gap between your knees, and you're going to drag your foot back. You're going to inhale as you drag back, and you're going to exhale as you pull forwards. Engage your pelvic floor as you pull back forwards, and then you want to make sure, so try and think about a bit of string tied to your big toe, okay? So there's a bit of string tied to your big toe, and someone's pulling that string along the floor. So you want to slide that big toe along the floor. So, inhale, exhale, pull back. Drawing that pelvic floor, drawing that core. Remember, it's the deep core we're working on. So again, you would do about 30, you could, if counting isn't for you, timed, okay? To do a timed exercise instead, so about 30 seconds. So inhale. They are really simple movements, completely broken down and used for that core engagement. You want to keep that pelvis still, once again, because if your pelvis is rocking over, then your core isn't stabilising you. So you want that upper body and that pelvis to be nice and still, that back nice and flat, and you want to slide back. So again, you would do one side, then the other, and as you got stronger, you could do alternate sides, so one, then the other side, okay? The other one is all fours, but you're on your elbows, okay? And we're going to be doing a bird dog leg lift. Now we did a bird dog in the session where we did opposite arm, opposite leg, and I said that it is good to do if you find it too much, to actually separate the exercise out. So you're doing either your arms or your legs. Or with this one, we're going to drop down onto our elbows, which makes it more difficult. We're then a little bit more working on our core for stability, and you're going to be doing the leg lifts. I want you to make sure that you aren't overextending that leg. Okay, that's really key. Don't be overextending the leg. You want to get to the point where you feel your glute squeeze. Okay, so that's the point where you get that squeeze in your glute. That's where you stop, because that means that you are extending too far if you go past that point. You need to inhale when your toe is on the ground, and exhale as you are lifting and lowering with this one, okay? Because we are going to be moving through it the whole time. So it's the nice bird dog leg lift, but we're not going from the forwards point. That doesn't make sense, I know. We are making sure our tummies are lifting as we exhale, and so that's as your leg extends. And we want to keep our hips really square, okay? Really important, nice square hips, nice and balanced. So go onto all fours, but then drop down onto your forearms, rather than your elbows, onto your forearms. Nice gap between your knees. Inhale while you're down. Exhale. Up and back down. Inhale. And then you go on to the other side. Nice and straight, okay? Get a bit clearer. Back down onto your knees. We're not going up into a toe tap, so that's sometimes what we do for glutes, into a toe tap. That is working your glutes, which your core would stabilise, but we want to make sure that we are in this position. Exhale. Okay, and you would do an equal amount, either timed or reps, depending on how you feel. Everyone exercises differently, and everyone prefers different forms of timing and counting, so they're quite helpful in that regard, that you can do either. Those 5 exercises are really good just to do if you get that second, okay? If you can get them done 2-3 times a week, amazing, okay? I know what my life is like, and I set homework for people and they go, oh, I think I did it once. It's tough to fit it in, okay? So if you see a post on Babi Active, remember to do your deep core exercises, and they will help in the long run for all of your exercises, whatever you are doing, okay? Hope you enjoyed the session today. As always, please drop any comments, let anyone know about it who you think it might benefit. We are still going, obviously in lockdown still, and I think it might just be for a little bit longer, and we just need to make sure that we are keeping nice and strong, and keeping our minds well as well, and keeping nice and active. Okay, so have a lovely week, and I will either see you back here on Monday for the 0 to 6 class, or 6 weeks to 6 months class, or I will see you back here next Wednesday for 6 months plus. Okay, have a lovely week everyone, take care, thank you for joining.